at Shottenkirk Toyota at 54th and Broadway in Quincy, Illinois. Here we are amongst a herd of Prius, or as some might call Prii. Is it a herd, a den, a flock of Prius? Not really sure, but the main thing is, we've heard, we haven't sighted it yet, we've heard there's actually a V, a Prius V, on the ground here. The elusive Prius V. Come with me, we'll see if we can find it. Look down at the end of the herd. See it? The back end? I think we can sneak up on it without... Uh-oh, somebody's stalking it too. Also, I hope they don't scare it away. Come on, let's go. Gotcha. We got it. It's a Prius V. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. This is a prize find, I'm telling you. All right, we've removed the beast from its ranging area on the lot back here to this remote location, so where hopefully we'll still have a few minutes to show you what this thing is all about. So, first of all, you can see some very faint changes. This is a little different area here to help promote airflow down the side of the vehicle. Like I say, very minute little changes to the vehicle that denote a V as in versatile or versatility as opposed to the standard Prius. While you're up here, I'm going to grab the hood. There's a lot of stuff under here. But the nice thing about it is there's a couple different things going on here under this hood. First of all, you've got the power plant. This is a 1.8 liter, 4-cylinder automatic, which is the same engine they use in the Corolla, which is kind of nice. This used to be a 1.5, like they use in the Yaris, but they managed to put the 1.8 in there, give you more power, and yet still increase the fuel economy. I don't know how they do it, but it's amazing. It really is. It still has dual overhead cams, 4 valves per cylinder, which is 16, dual variable valve timing in the 4-cylinder. So, you know, you've got that great 4-cylinder performance that you always get with the Toyota. But over here is the diamond jewel in the Toyota hybrid market, the Prius hybrid Synergy drive unit. This, by the way, is actually warranted for 8 years, 100,000 miles. One of the questions I get a lot is, well, what if I have to replace the battery in this thing? How much does that cost? And to be honest with you, I don't know. I've never had anybody come back to me and say, oh, I've had to, you know, replace my battery. We had somebody in here a while back that had 210, 20,000 miles on their Prius, but it was like 8, 9 years old, and they had finally had to replace their battery pack. I don't know why they replaced it, because they traded it too much later. But in any case, the very, very good, high-quality warranty on the hybrid system. Also, up front here, you have, buried in there somewhere, is your ABS control module, which controls your star safety system, 6-point star. Anti-lock brakes, which obviously allows you to control an emergency brake and still steer the vehicle. Brake assist, which means in a panic strike of the brake, the vehicle will actually help you apply maximum braking pressure. It has electronic brake force distribution, which very simply means each wheel on this vehicle can actually judge its own braking capability and apply maximum braking pressure to that wheel individually. You also have traction control. When the wheel starts to spin when it's slick, it clamps down, stops that energy from that wheel and transfers it to the other side. That side hopefully will have a little grip, plus it'll control throttle input, which means you can't overpower it, which is kind of nice. It also has traction or stability programming. Sorry, we just did traction control. Stability programming. Word has it that about 30% would be a good number. That's the one I've heard. There would be 30% fewer fatalities in America on the road if every car had stability programming, because it actually is a function, an active safety feature that can help prevent you from spinning out and getting into an accident. You also have smart stop technology, which means that you can't push the gas and the brake at the same time, because once you hit the brake, the gas pedal is disengaged, so you can't have accidental acceleration, which is kind of nice. Something that is maybe hard to see here, and I don't even know if you can tell, but this is actually a sensor on this car. There is a unit down here. This particular vehicle has the pre-collision warning system, which does two things. This can actually sense an imminent impact. Once it does that, it will do, number one, apply the brakes, and it will also tighten down or cinch up the front seat belts. So the pre-collision system will actually, if for some reason you're not ready, it will prepare you for that accident before it happens, which is kind of cool. This particular version, the Prius V, Package 5, comes with the fog lights. It actually comes, you know, you look at these and you're not sure what those are. Those actually pop out and actually will spray water onto the headlamp assembly here and wash off your windshield wiper in bad, or windshield wiper, wash off your headlights in bad weather. Now also up here, this particular model, the Prius V5, actually has LED headlamps, light emitting diodes. That's important because light emitting diodes, LED headlamps, actually burn 30% less energy and actually last a lot longer than standard light bulbs. So they're very, very efficient in what they do, and they're very good at what they do. I predict sometime in the future all headlights will be LED because of the efficiency. But right now the cost is kind of a little offset there. So in order to hold costs down, some manufacturers still use a halogen bulb. Gosh, what else? All kinds of cool stuff. We got a lot to cover, but I think we covered most of everything up here. You know, crumple zones, things like that. When we get over here to the side, this particular model, the Prius V5, actually has a 17-inch wheel. And you can see as you look over to this side, this particular model has actually park sensors, which will actually help you park. One thing that this vehicle does also, in conjunction with these sensors, is it actually has a parking capability. So it'll actually parallel park you if you really aren't very good or uncomfortable. There's a procedure that this vehicle will follow that will actually park itself, which is really cool. I've seen it done. Probably have to read up on it to do it, but I'll tell you what, it's pretty darn awesome. A couple of neat things about this vehicle are the fact that this Prius 5 has a premium JBL audio system, and that's tied in with an Entune navigation system. Entune is a function of an adaptability with your smartphone. So it actually has apps that you can run. Open Table, there's a movie theater app on there. There's Pandora, there's Bing. You can actually do searches over the internet using your phone connection on the display, the radio headset or the radio head unit. Kind of a nice new area inside there. We'll cover more of that when we get a better view of it when we're on our test drive. But completely redesigned, completely different. We'll also talk to you about the leather in here. It's actually what's called Softex. It's not leather. It's a, gosh, I'm going to have to look at that. I can never remember that. And here I am, a master sales consultant, and I forgot that word. I'm sorry, but we'll come up with it. Basically, the good thing about it is it's less than half the weight of leather. It actually wears better, and it will last longer, and it puts off 99% fewer toxic emissions than what leather does. So, very, very good, environmentally friendly material. You can see how this roof line actually doesn't really go down much. That's what creates the versatility of this vehicle. It's more of a wagon than a sedan. And you can see the roof is pitched so that it angles. The pitch starts, it pitches right about here. And you'll notice that that's right over the back seat. This vehicle has a lot more front headroom in it because of the way it's designed, and an amazing amount, much larger than its competitors in all of the room in the back. And the back seat is where this really shines because there's a lot of room. I'll just kind of show you real quick. You can see I've just got tons of room in here, and this isn't even reclined yet, so I can lay back and even get more comfortable. So, little armrest here. You ready to go, Will? Come on, let's go for a ride. I'm comfy. Anyway, that's some of the great features about the back seat of this thing. When we get to the rear, you'll notice that it's got a much higher opening here, and it's actually wider, it's taller, and there's more length here, so you've got quite a bit of room. Let me lay a seat down there for you, Will, so we can show you what that looks like. That's the 40 side. So now you still have room for 2 people up here if you still have those needs, and additional cargo. We lay that seat down. Now we've got a nearly flat surface there, which is really nice. You've got a mat here that is actually creased, so it will actually, when you fold it forward, it'll stay forward because you've got an area here that has some nice storage area. There's a tonneau cover. If you want to use it, it goes in these slots here and covers up the rear area. If you don't, leave it stored down here and it'll stay there until you need it. Very, very efficient. Let's see. Backup camera. Backup camera is standard on Prius V. Every model will have a backup camera. Now, there's a Volkswagen that it's not available on. There is a Mazda that it's not available on. And if you want a backup camera on a Fusion or a, what's that other Ford? Fusion, Ford, Escape? Sorry about that. They're available at an extra cost. So keep that in mind. You'll always have a backup camera on this vehicle. Part of the enhanced visibility package on the vehicle. The nice thing about this thing is it's still rated at 44 in town, 40 on the highway. An average of 42 miles per gallon. That's what's exciting about a wagon like this. You can still get all the capability of the cargo. You can have all the capability of a family sedan, a room for 5, but you don't have to sacrifice any fuel economy over its competitors. So this is where it really shines. In fact, our 44 City versus Honda CR-V 21 City, 23 mile per gallon advantage on our vehicle versus the Honda CR-V in town. Amazing. Truly amazing. We'll talk more about some of the other features on here. We'll get back to this, and then you'll understand why it's such a great value when we talk price. But you can see here that the seats are elevated. You know, they set you up nice and high. It's really easy to get in and out of here. It's kind of like just sitting down in your chair at home. Spin in, and you're ready to go. Very convenient, very easy, very functional. Very easy to get out of also. So, gosh. Will, you're usually back there going, talk about this, talk about that. What have I missed? We're doing good? Time to go for a ride? Yes, all right, let's go for a ride. All right. Now, for those of you, smart key, which means that I don't even have to take it out of my pocket, but because it has all this stuff on here, we just put it in the thing there. You'll notice also on here too is the little thing here that says Safety Connect. That is a emergency type of connection. It's tied into this SOS button up here. There are several amazing features that are available from Safety Connect, including, oh gosh, I don't know. Once again, I want to get it right, so I'll get back to you on that. But it's a way, you know, collision assistance, stolen vehicle assistance. Once you file a police report, you can actually have the SOS system find your car for you, amongst other things. First of all, you'll notice that it's kind of like a little cockpit. It's really, really comfortable. I don't feel like I have to reach for anything. Literally everything is right there within arm's reach. And I feel snug. You know, I feel like it's a performance sports car, really. You've got automatic windows all the way around. All 4 power windows, auto up and down. You've got power locks and power mirrors over here. Later on, I'll let you see these buttons over here, but I've got my headlight washers over here. I've also got my parking system button over here and my auto dimmers. On the steering wheel, gosh, I could be talking about some of this as we're driving, so let me just start this up. In order to actually start the vehicle, I have to put my foot on the brake. When this light, and I don't know if you can see it real well, when this light turns green, it's ready to be started. So we'll push that. Every system in the car will come on. And when I get a green ready light up here, we're ready to go. I'm going to turn that off. And we're going to push continue here on our touch screen to get our nav screen up. Now, this little switch here will always return to this position. So when I go to put it in drive, don't be alarmed when it comes back up to that position, because it will always do that. You'll always be able to tell, because up here there's I don't know if you can see it right inside that window there. It's got a duplicate, a replica of this, and it'll show you what gear you're in. So I'm going to put my seatbelt on, and we're going to take off. Now, the only reason that the vehicle is running right now is because the battery is just a little bit low. But everything in the vehicle is electric. And I'm not sure why this is beeping. We have an open door, Will. And still have an open door. Alright, I'm going to put this in park. Be right back. Entertain yourself. Play some music. I think it's the hat. Our little light goes out. There we go. Alright. Now we're ready. Now, I didn't turn the vehicle off, but it's not running. That's part of the beauty of the in-town system. If the engine does not need to be running, it won't run. I could have the air conditioner blowing, I could have the heat full blast, the radio on. All of that runs electrically. It does not require the engine. That's why this is a full hybrid, because it can operate electrically. That's what this EV button here is for. If you push the EV button, it will actually drive up to 2 miles at up to 19 miles per hour in electric mode. So it is possible for this car to run electrically. It won't run fast, it won't run long, but it will run electrically. So let's get going again here. Right now we are in EV mode. Actually, I'm going to push Eco, because when we get out into traffic here, I want to be able to actually have the engine kick in and assist me in powering up. But even when the engine's on, which it isn't, it's still very, very quiet. We've actually had this 2 days, and still have it here. I can't believe it. We've never had one last 3 days. The longest we've had one last, we've had about 6 or 7 of them, is 2 days on the lot. Oh, engine just kicked on. As we go up a grade, sometimes the engine will have to assist the electric system to get going. But it was so butter smooth and so quiet, you didn't even notice it coming on or going off. Of course, I was talking and kind of talking over it, but still, even at this point, you don't even feel it. Most people would come in and say, you know what, you've got a car that gets an average of 42 miles per gallon. You expect it to be tinny, kind of noisy, kind of light. This is a very good, solid, firm ride to it. It rides more like that of a Camry or an Avalon, as opposed to a 42 mile per gallon average car. They did great this year. Some people kind of complain about the visibility out the back of the vehicle. Well, they did 2 things to help with that. They raised the seat up, put it up on a pedestal, and And they also made the rear window bigger. So now you've got better visibility, which is a nice improvement on folks that, you know, may have small children, or they may have, you know, parking lots or in different, you know, grocery stores or department stores a lot. Actually will be able to see a little bit better. Plus the backup camera that is standard on this model will also come into play on that quite a bit. Quite a bit. I just talked to a customer of mine the other day that bought one of these 2 weeks ago, and he is totally in love with this vehicle. He traded in a Hyundai Santa Fe. His wife actually owns a Prius, a 2010 Prius, Prius V, and he traded in his Hyundai for this because it has similar cargo capability as what his Hyundai did, but it also increased his fuel economy by like 25 miles per gallon. So he is absolutely thrilled with his car. Now this material, I don't know if you can still see it here now. This is what the Shottenkirk. We call it leather because you can heat it. It does have heated seats. It's kind of nice because it gives it that really luxurious look and feel to it. We've got a very nice display, a lot going on up there, but once you get used to it, it's really easy to pick and choose exactly what you are wanting to monitor from that area. The display unit here is once again really easy to read and really easy to manipulate and operate. We can go to radio, and you'll see it's off if I turn it on. You have a display of radio stations. Here's where you're actually gonna see your readout of your text. It'll actually show you down here is your. They've changed this to a toggle switch. I can turn the fan up higher or lower, but I can also toggle over, and now I can change my temperature higher or lower. If I toggle to the left, I can change where the air is coming out. So having this toggle and work like that is really kind of a cool feature. It just cuts down on the number of buttons that you have to look at. This is where I asked Will to hold on, because I'm going to actually show you what this thing can do, because we're going to merge into a 65-mile-an-hour traffic. So I've got my foot in it. It's got a continuously variable transmission, so you notice it doesn't have any shift points. And as you can see, usually you can't. I'm at 75 miles an hour that quickly, merging into traffic. So just because it gets great fuel economy doesn't mean it's you know, weak. It has got some get up and go and got some power. So you can always count on it to get going. Even at 67, I can put my foot in it again, and it will get right back up with it and get going again. So, as you can see with my Eco Power lever there, you can tell that wasn't very economical, but sometimes you need more power. And I didn't even have it in power mode. So, you know, it's really an amazing system. All kinds of stuff going on here. It might be hard to see, but as I touch this display button, well, this doesn't have the tracer that the other one does. Never mind. I've really actually never driven one of these before, so this is kind of cool for me too. One thing about the cruise control on this, we didn't really get to test it, but it has laser dynamic cruise control, LDCC. It actually works here, and it allows you to, generally on lesser traffic areas, allows you to actually set a distance in front of you. So if you're traveling down the interstate and somebody in front of you, you're doing 70 and somebody in front of you is doing 65, it will actually slow you down to match the speed of the driver in front of you. All you have to do is pull into the left lane, and it will speed right back up. You never have to actually touch the brake. You never have to actually hit the gas. It'll do it automatically. But you have to be very, very careful. Disclaimer, safety disclaimer right here. Please never count on it to operate the vehicle for you. Always have to be aware of what's going on around you, and you always have to be prepared to stop using the brake, because that's just the right thing to do. So, the thing is just loaded with all kinds of cool stuff. how's the light here? Can you see okay? All right. So I'm just going to pull over here and let this traffic here. First of all, I'm going to show you the backup camera. So we have to go to reverse for that. And there's your backup area. Now you'll notice this little screen thing here. That actually helps line you up into a parking spot if you were to back up. And this shows you how you can park in a parking lot or parallel park like over here. So there's a couple different ways for this to actually operate. But this little grid here just actually helps you align yourself when you're backing up into a particular space. Go back and drive and hush him up. Gosh, what am I know I'm missing a lot here. You know what? Part of this, you get your SOS system. You've got your auto dimming mirror with the home link. You've got if you look up, this is really a cool deal. Toyota said, you know what? We love panorama glass. You know what? And it's really awesome that they put that in here. But you know what? It's not glass. It is a resin. They call it a resin moonroof. The material that they make this out of is 40% lighter than glass. And as you well know, the heavier a vehicle is, the more power it takes to get it going and keep it going. So the lighter the material is that the vehicle is made out of, the better the fuel economy. So Toyota's always researching ways to make this vehicle lighter, but not cheaper. It's a huge distinction there. 2 years ago when they completely redesigned this vehicle, they didn't redesign how it was built, they redesigned the parts and pieces it was made of and tried to determine how we could make it more powerful, how we could make it lighter, how we could make it stronger and more efficient. And they did it. They redesigned about 90% of the parts in this vehicle. Even the seat belts are smart seat belts. They're pre-tensioners and force limiters. As I lean forward, I mean, it'll let me lean all the way across the vehicle, but it'll always come back across my chest where it belongs. That means that if I'm in a collision, I'm going to travel only as far as the seat belt allows me. If I lean forward and the seat belt didn't come back, I'm going to travel as far as that seat belt will let me. Now, not only is the seat belt probably going to hurt me, but the airbag is going to do more harm than good. So it's always going to keep me properly positioned, and it has a force limiter, so as soon as it deploys, it relaxes just a little bit to ease that impact, because when you contact that seatbelt, that's an impact. That's an impact of your body against the seatbelt. So when it has that force limiter, it actually relaxes just a little bit to ease that impact. You also have a collapsible steering wheel, which will give way if it needs to. Let's see, seat-mounted side airbags, curtain airbags, knee blocker airbags that come out, protect the lower extremities, but also helps keep you positioned properly. So all the other supplemental restraints actually do a good job. Wow. Covered a lot. We can probably talk about the other cool things on the window sticker, like warranties, when we get out and take a look at that. What did I miss? Well, there's got to be. I mean, I don't. You know, little things like dual glove boxes. You know, the Intune system. It's an apps button there, which, well, satellite radio. It also has all your Bluetooth controls, so you can actually operate it through your cell phone. There is a huge array of cool stuff right there in your audio system. Climate control, delay wipers front and rear, automatic headlamps with fog lamps, which are the LED lights. I know I'm getting redundant here, but we talked about a lot of stuff, and there's so much stuff that it's hard to relate, just like your JBL system. The JBL speakers actually use like 60% less energy because they're green speakers that developed by JBL for Toyota in this car. So let's go find a place to park and jump out and take a look at that sticker there real quick. Oh man, that was awesome. I want one of these for myself now. All right, come on up. This was made in Japan, as you can tell by the J VIN. Came in through Portland, Oregon. Once again, it has a 4440 average. Believe it or not, this is an average. Some drivers actually got up to 52 miles per gallon on the highway. A lot of that depends on how you drive or where you drive, but 44 is just an average. A lot of people ask me, will it actually get that fuel economy? You know what, once or twice, I've been here 10 years, have anybody ever come back to me and said, you know what, here, take these keys back. This thing is not getting what it's supposed to. Never happens. Unless there's an emissions or some kind of a O2 sensor, something that's not allowing the engine to run properly, but that's a mechanical issue. These things will always do. The 50 mile per gallon Priuses, I have people come in all the time, yeah, I mean 50, 51, 52, all the time. So rest assured, we will get this for you, okay? First of all, let's cover some things that we may not have talked about. Electric power steering. Once again, the power steering is not reliant upon the engine running, so now you have a system that runs electrically. So you still have your power steering, even though the vehicle's not running. Talked about the star safety system, the airbags. It does come with the latch safety system for those of you with small children and child safety seats. It still has the latch safety system for their safety. It has the child safety door locks, so you can keep them from escaping. Like we're trying not to let this escape at this point. Oh gosh. Color keyed power heated folding mirrors on the outside. Heated mirrors, and they collapse in and out, so that there's very little chance of these ever breaking. Soft text, heated leather, single dial automatic climate control, smart key, we talked about that a little bit, tilt telescoping steering wheel, the advanced technology package. Now that's a $5,580 package. That gets your navigation, Intune, 7-inch, the 7-inch screen in this, the Intune Nav JBL system in this particular car is the premium system. It doesn't get any better than this. It has a split screen so you can run the radio and the nav at the same time. It's really quite amazing. The JBL system is an 8-speaker Green Edge. I have competition over there. 8-speaker Green Edge, they call it. Speaker system, which actually operates on 30% less energy. I said some 70 or 80% number, but it's 30% less energy, and still produces an amazing sound quality, probably as good or better than the standard ones. So it's pretty cool. Let's see, voice recognition, Bluetooth, radar guided cruise control, pre-collision warning system, advanced park guidance system, panoramic moonroof, resin. Remember, it's resin. Stolen vehicle locator with your SOS Safety Connect, roadside assistance, complimentary Intune services for your cell phone compatibility for 3 years on this car. The only option besides the advanced technology package is a $225 floor mat package. So you're getting all of this pretty much standard or in that advanced technology package. All of this for $36,500. Now, I ask you, what can make this better? The warranty. The entire vehicle is covered for 3 years, 36,000 miles. The powertrain, the engine part, is covered for 5 years, 60,000 miles. The entire hybrid Synergy drive system is covered for 8 years, 100,000 miles, including all those batteries, so you don't have to worry about that. We're lucky. We're lucky today we had one. It's January 11th. 1/11, January 12th. And I'm out here in my short sleeves. It's 50 degrees today. I don't know. It's weird. We have a Prius V, and it's 50 degrees, and I'm out here without a jacket on. Tell you what, you better get out here because weird things are happening, and this could be in your driveway. My name is Rick Mavis, Certified Master Sales Consultant at Shottenkirk Toyota, 54th and Broadway. When you come in here to see this, you need to ask for me because you deserve me as your sales consultant. Rick Mavis, Shottenkirk Toyota, 53rd and Broadway, Quincy, Illinois. Come see me. Thank you. All right, This has been amazing. Poor thing has been very, very tame. It's actually allowed us to give you an up-close, personal view. It's time to release it back into the wild. So come in and get it while you can. Ready? Go Prius. Run free! Run free! Go! Now that we've done the environmentally friendly thing, we've caught a Prius, now we've released it back into its natural habitat. Don't wait too long, it won't be here for very long. You've got to come in now. And if you can't make it here, if you're in one of the coasts, we ship anywhere. So feel free to call me, Rick Mavis, Shottenkirk Toyota, and we'll work it out somehow.